What will I be doing when it comes to Toshi in 2026? I'm going to be doing the exact same thing I've been doing this year in 2025, even though I am not a financial advisor and I am not telling anyone to do anything. But as we're approaching 2026, I just wanted to make this video to talk about what I'm planning to hypothetically do when it comes to Toshi again in the year 2026. Now, dollar cost averaging once a month personally for me has been a staple as to what I've been doing for all the projects that I'm holding. Again, I don't have to do it, but I don't do any more than that. I don't do any less than that either. I'm not telling anyone to do anything, by the way. This is just my personal perspective and my personal kind of perception when it comes to all this. But when it comes to Toshi more specifically, I'm totally aware that currently it's down by quite a significant amount. I mean, it's to the point that even right now, it is around 57 times lower than 2 cents. So even at this point, 1 cent is nearly what, 30x away? It's still just not doing the best as of right now when it comes to Toshi. But my intention, after all, is to dollar cost average. So when I see the market cap of Toshi as of right now being below 200 million, and more specifically around 150 million, I'm not necessarily going to be complaining about that too much if I actually just consider how I was dollar cost averaging actually into Toshi at one point, even at around 400 million. So right now that it's basically over 2 times lower than that, am I suddenly going to complain if I didn't complain back then? I don't know if I would, but that's just, again, my perspective. Now, also, another reason why I'm still a fan when it comes to Toshi is because it has a meme vibe. Just something pretty cool, something pretty interesting. It is on the base network, which is Coinbase's layer 2. And again, it's nothing necessarily that I find too revolutionary when it comes to Toshi. The only thing I find revolutionary about it actually is how it is on base. And I have not seen projects on base during this cycle experience some sort of altcoin season on this. I have not seen that. And even just this cycle more specifically, I haven't seen a lot of attention in general for projects on base. I've seen moments of brilliance when it comes to Aerodrome. I've seen some moments of brilliance when it comes to, in the case of Toshi, also in the case of Brett, which is another project with a meme type of vibe. However, I have not seen it to the extent where I saw something like Solana, right? Something like, let's say, things surrounding BNB. I've not seen that type of vibe, hypothetically. And I've seen historically people do typically move in trends, and they usually kind of like move from some cases Ethereum, and then they go to like something like BNB, and then they take a look at something like Solana. It's just sometimes kind of the vibe that I do see. Now, will base be the hypothetical like next iteration of that? I mean, I cannot control that. I have no sort of control over anything when it comes to this space. But keep in mind, Base does not have a token. Now they're exploring kind of the idea of it, supposedly. But in my perspective, if there's for whatever reason a hypothetical Base token, I feel like the sort of notoriety of it, I wouldn't say I would be surprised if it was pretty okay, because when it comes to Coinbase, which is on the S&P 500, it's publicly listed, if they have a layer 2, which Base is their layer 2, but I'm saying, if that has like its own like native token or something like that, I'd find it to be sort of not such a bad thing, arguably, for in the case of projects that are on Base, because could that indirectly make more sort of, I guess, notoriety for the projects that are on Base? Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case, because imagine if Solana didn't have Sol, like the Sol token. Would the notoriety be the same as it is as of right now? I think arguably probably not. So when I take a look at something like Base, it's already pretty popular even without that. So what could it do if it does do that, and let's say there's a hypothetical altcoin season for whatever reason? This is why I'm still holding, and that's why I'm still sticking with my plan, basically, when it comes to Toshi in 2026. Now, this plan that I have, it's nothing that kind of like interesting or anything like that. It's literally just dollar cost averaging once a month. I didn't have to, think about this for hours and all this. No, I mean, literally, it's just me taking a look at a project, researching it, and if I'm a fan of it, I'm just like, okay, I'll dollar cost average once a month and see what happens. That's literally it. I mean, there's no like me having 10 screens surround me and I'm taking a look at this, taking a look at that, thinking for hours and hours. No, it's just literally finding a project that I'm a fan of, and then just dollar cost averaging once a month. It's literally about it. It's nothing that like interesting, I suppose. It's kind of boring, at least some of my friends say that, but you know what? I don't want to read the charts every 5 or 10 minutes. That's not my style. My style is just, kind of dollar cost average and then just chill. That's my vibe, right? I just kind of treat it as, I'll see what happens. I'm not going to be focused on it every single like minute. That's not what I do. I'll look at it occasionally. I'll take a look at the updates. I'll talk about my ideas when it comes to the project, but I'm not going to be just every single day taking a look at, my phone or something and be like, oh, wow, it kind of did this 5 minutes ago. What do I do now? No, that's not what I do. But yeah, nonetheless, I just wanted to make this updated video when it comes to Toshi to explain my perspective as to what my hypothetical plans are for 2026. Will 2026 be a year for hypothetical altcoins, like in terms of an altcoin season? I mean, I cannot control that, right? The only thing I can control is myself. Like, that's beyond me. But I just want to stay patient nonetheless. I want to hypothetically stay kind of within this space in an event where, in case if there is an altcoin season, it doesn't mean there will be one, but who knows? That's just my mindset. Because also another mindset that I have, kind of like another, thought process, I suppose, it's kind of like if let's say I wasn't in this space, let's say I just like exited Toshi, I exited all my projects, let's say I didn't care anymore. I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever. Am I still gonna have to wait in January of 2026? Yeah. I'm just gonna still have to live my life, right? I'm gonna still have to do what I've been doing every single day and all this. Am I still gonna have to wait until February of 2026? Yeah. So whether or not I'm in this space or not, right? I'm still gonna have to wait anyways. So instead of just waiting, I'd rather just, personally in my case, I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but I'm just waiting with the projects that I'm a fan of. That's it. I could hypothetically not, like, no one is telling me to do it, right? And even if someone did tell me to do it, I'm making the decision on my own. Like, I could just say, nah, I don't want to believe in this. Yeah, I could do that. Like, again, it's not like I'm told to believe in certain projects and then I have to do it. It doesn't seem to be hypothetically the case. Personally for me, I'm just doing it like voluntarily and I just see what happens. That's about it. And just by doing it once a month, like to me, sure, it's just 12 times a year. And people may be thinking, okay, it's kind of boring. Now, again, this is just my personal situation, but that way I'm not trying to find the perfect time. I'll never be able to find the perfect time. I don't have those capabilities. But yeah, this is my perception right now when it comes to Toshi. I have not given up, but that is just what I'm hypothetically planning to do for it in 2026. And yeah, that's about it. I want to say thank you for watching. And if there's going to be more updates when it comes to Toshi, I'm going to be making videos on those. So hopefully you all stay tuned for those ones if, there is updates when it comes to Toshi. And yeah, again, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a nice day. It's been Lee the Captain. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.